Yeah, we're starting from scratch on the land pretty much. Here it is. There's a little dam. Okay, so Francis is now breaking up the ground from scratch. It's raining. It's the first step in sustainable creation of the garden from scratch. Breaking big patches. And then what I'm going behind, and I'm actually digging with a fork, and then I'm breaking the bigger guys. Sorry, hard to hold the camera and break it, but I'm doing the finer job. So I'm also digging up with my fork, and I'm breaking it up, and all the big stones I'm breaking with my fork with that action. So, and then Francis, show us how you hit the grass against your pick. He's doing the bigger groundwork. The reason for that is to remove the grass out of our veggie patch so we don't have weeds overtaking our beans or wherever we're going to plant here. So all of this is the grass that we've taken out around the edge, and we're going to start making compost from that. We found our second earthworm. He's just all curled up and he's waking up from his sleep. Because the ground's been so compacted. Oh, there he goes. So the worms are here. So far, after digging about 11 meters of the bed, we only found, well, that I've seen, 2 worms. So after our touch of love, spade, fork and a pick and lots of compost, hopefully we can increase this number. So basically what I'm doing, I'm going after Francis and I'm digging up the soil and I'm breaking it up, all the clunks. So going into more finer, and if any grass been missing, bang it against my fork and I chuck it outside. So by the time Francis is done and I'm done, the top 30 centimeters of the soil will be dug properly. The trick is to break these clumps because the soil feels like it's never been worked, or it might have been plowed by cows or tractors before. That's it for now. Okay, we're double digging, starting with our double dig, so we're doing the trench about 30 deep. 30, and the ground underneath that trench is very hard. This is as deep as our pick went, and we're gonna put that soil for now in the middle of the dome. We don't know where it goes from now on, but that soil we'll use to make seedling trays, and also soil is a vital ingredient in compost making. Soil is the compost activator, so you do not need to buy compost activator from the nursery. Okay, so this soil has been dug with a pick, and I've come around with a fork, and now we're starting to the double digging and the breaking up of the finer of the last clumps. Learn something new. So our book, which we're following, John Jevons, by John Jevons, Growing More Vegetables in Less Space Imaginable, is the Bible we're following, so to say. They say use the fork in this situation, but our ground is so hard, as you can see, that we can't use a fork. So what we're going to be doing is maybe we're starting with a pick now for the and digging bottom 60 centimeters, and then we're going to come with a fork and just break up a little bit of the clumps, but not too much, just so roots can get in there. But the plan is not to dig the bottom 60 centimeters too fine, just a little bit. Yeah. Now we're gonna get to the bottom levels. So we're gonna use a fork to just get that stuff at the bottom ruffled up. Oh, the ground is very hard. The good news is you only have to do this type of work once. From there on, the earthworms dig and the roots dig. And they provide all the bottom, all the hard work, so you don't have to. But the original has to be done by man, and that's kind of the best way we know how to use it without a tractor. Okay, last one. What I'm gonna come do now, just come with a spade and break up a little bit of these clumps. Not too much, but just a little bit. So this is pretty hard work. Oh, and I don't want to step on that because we've double dug that, so I don't want to compress that anymore. This is pretty hard work, but I've never been more happier. I've never been more happier doing this. No office work, no clicking on the computer can compare to this. Working your own piece of land is really a dream come true, and seeing the results one day soon will put a good smile on my face. I'm investing into forever. Back to the soil, Francis. Just a quick break up, a little bit. As I said, not too much. But ooh, I'm gonna take a slice of about 20 centimeters and I'm gonna drop it down into this trench that we've dug. Okay, so that's where you work your soil all the way around 60 centimeters deep. Oh, how's it? So yeah, the trick is, if you want me to show you how to get this stuff, is I've got this trail, look, from the tractor. Look down. So what I do is I pick up on a trail and I roll it, gathering it together. And the trail picks up with it. And sometimes I give it a bit of a push here and I grab it sideways. And once I've got, see, the trail just picks up with it. Once I've got a big enough ball, I just compress it and now I can pick it up. Okay, now we're putting the mulch, the most important part of the garden, which your average agriculture guy wouldn't know about. But we're not going to go into agriculture now. We're doing a bit of permaculture combined with grow by intensive double digging. So I'm just spreading the mulch and ripping it up and keeping it about 10 centimeters thick. 10-12 centimeters, the thicker the better. And yeah, that reduces the water consumption by 6 times, and the double digging reduces it further 4 times. Therefore, I'll use 10 times less water than conventional agriculture by doing the double digging and the thing. As you can see here, we've got some compost on top, which I also worked with my hands, like this. First I was using the rake, and then I thought, why use a rake if I can use my hands? And I found it quite easier and more therapeutic. Yeah, and now I'm finishing up the mulch. And then to plant seedlings, I'm going to use this movement. I'm going to open the hole up like this. Francis, come check the hole. And then I dig the seedling in, the bean. I put it in and then I push it like a triangle down. You know, once I've covered the earth, and I push it down to create a bit of a damacy. So my bean will be sticking out here, and then I know where to water. I water just here, and then the damacy, the little puliki, will collect the water and feed the plant root automatically.